Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here, joined once again with Gore the Movie God.
Hey.
And today is kind of an interesting episode of Anime Shenanigans. We actually haven't recorded one of these in probably like a month.
Yeah, probably a little longer. Like a month
For
and a
whatever
half, I guess.
reason, just like we're both busy and stuff, and we just didn't get around to it. So we are like 5 episodes behind,
Yeah.
technically, if we were to cover like all the episodes that we missed. We'll save that for the next episode, because right now, today, we have something kind of special to talk about.
Yes.
The new movie that just came out a few days ago.
Yes.
Heroes Rising, right? That's the
Yes.
subtitle?
Heroes. I guess it's weird because it's like it's My Hero Academia : Heroes : Rising.
Yeah.
Like this is what it says on the poster and online. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
is it gonna be like a sub series now? Like the next one's gonna be called Heroes Falling. I don't know.
Yeah. Heroes going sideways.
Heroes going sideways. Heroes
But
standing.
yeah, we came to the decision just to make this standalone about the movie episode, just kind of hang out. Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys have been seeing it lately.
Yes, it did
I heard
really well this weekend.
Yeah, I heard it beat Sonic in its first week and stuff like that. I know obviously Sonic's been out for like 3 weeks now, but
Yeah. It did better than Bad Boys did this week. So
Oh, wow.
Will Smith, watch out.
yeah.
But it also did better than the first movie. Like
Yes,
I
yes, it
think it
did.
already beat its like final gross in its first.
Oh,
weekend.
really?
I think I heard that. So
I do believe they like had more theaters this time or something
yeah,
like that.
they did. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think last movie was like maybe like half as many. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it touched Broly's numbers,
No.
but that's Dragon Ball, and that's all that appeals to people in their 40s, 30s, and 20s. So
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
people who
My
grew up
Hero
with it.
needs to have about 25 years of hating a particular character and hating his guts, and then out of nowhere, people love him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
What happened with Broly? It was just like 20 years of screw Broly. He sucks.
So people didn't like him that
No.
entire time.
At least nobody I knew actually liked him. That's why he wasn't canon for the longest time. 'cause
Oh,
this new
but this
movie
movie
made him canon. Yeah. This movie-
Okay.
And everybody was excited. I was like, "What?" It's just like, I thought everybody hated him. I liked him. I don't know. He's just like
That's
this big
great.
meathead guy. That's why everybody kind of hated him. But
Yeah, I liked him in the movie. I actually saw that movie. My
oh yeah,
friends
yeah,
invited
the
me.
movie
Yeah.
was really good. I really liked that movie.
But yeah, so the new My Hero movie did really well in
did
theaters,
really well,
and
yes.
I'm sure most of you have it. I'd say most of you have seen it by now. If not, you're probably seeing it the next few days. So I guess we'll kind of start with like a spoiler-free section for people who haven't seen it yet, just like really quickly, just kind of like overall thoughts
Yeah.
of what you thought about the movie, and then we can dive into our favorite parts and things like that.
Right.
So if that sounds good with you.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. First of all, did you like it better than the first movie?
I did because this is the thing. Like the first movie was a great first movie. Like it was like, oh, My Hero the movie. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, okay, let's go. And it was really good. Yeah, I really like that movie. I think the final fight when Deku and,
So
and
good.
I think that scene with Deku and All Might teaming up is better than the final scene in this, which we'll talk about. Personally, I think it was just because it was more like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
But I do think the movie overall is better. They use Class 1A, they use them.
Yeah,
Which-
that outside of like the few they used in the
few,
first
yeah.
movie that had some moments, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you like look closely, the 4 or 5 students in the first movie that got time to shine, they kind of less in this one, which is like
That's
it's cool.
true.
They acknowledge that, and then they put the other people up. So
Yeah, they put a lot of other people up. Even like the bug guy, I can't remember his name, but the guy.
Coda or whatever
Yeah.
his name is. Yeah,
When he started talking, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he talks.
he has a voice.
He has a voice. Like
Yeah.
you hear him talking this, but yeah, no, it was better overall. I do like that we got to see more of 1A teaming up. It's called Heroes Rising, and it's a good reason why it's called
Yeah.
that.
Did
wait a
yeah,
second.
go for it.
No, I was just saying like it was cool to see them team up, and we don't
Yeah.
really get to see a lot of them team up. Most of the time we do, it's really quick scenes of just like,
Yeah,
oh, what are
and then
they
you'll-
doing in their internship
Yeah.
or whatever.
And you already see like Bakugo and Deku fight all the time, so it's cool to like
Yeah, of
see
course.
the other students.
Yeah. See everybody else teaming up and stuff. It was nice to see. What's his? Oh God, what's the guy with the tail?
Oh, Ojiro.
Okay, it was good to see him doing something. I think it's
Yeah,
been
he
about
was
2
really
seasons
good.
where he's done anything.
No, he has never had like a moment where it's like, oh, I'm this badass dude in the class. Like, he's always just kind of the running joke is like the boring guy in the class.
Yeah, did I ever tell you I like if I ranked like top 5 1A students that aren't the main cast, he'd be in my top 5.
Yeah,
I like him.
yeah,
he's cool. But yeah, so it's cool to see everybody working together and stuff. And you know what? I actually thought the villain
was better.
Definitely better. Ram Wolf, whatever his name was.
It was like Wolfram or something.
Wolfram,
he was just a generic like, oh, I want money, power, blah blah blah. I'm evil. Like
I'm evil. I got Magneto powers or whatever.
Which to be fair, this new villain's kind of like that too. Mm-hmm. Like he's kind of like I'm just evil, but at least it was like he seemed more like kind of like the Terminator a little bit, where it's kind of like reserved. Like he's not like super expressive. And that kind of made him cool when he's like fighting. Stuff.
I was getting Overhaul vibes actually, which is funny because we just got done with that arc. But it's just like the way he talks, and it's Johnny Young Bosch too voicing him. So.
Oh really? What's he do?
Trigun.
Oh wow!
Actually, I think he voices Broly in the video game now.
Oh really?
Yeah. Okay. He's not the original voice actor, but I'm pretty sure he voices Broly in the new Dragon Ball Fighter game.
That's crazy.
Who else? He was what Ranger? He was one of the Power Rangers. I forgot what
cool.
I forgot what color. Black? That sounds right. I think it was Black Ranger. Anyway, so yeah, he voices Nine. That's the new villain's name. And I like him, but you know what? Even though I like him, my favorite villain in this movie was that dog guy. I love that dog guy.
Yes, I can't wait to talk about him later. That was
I don't know his name.
Great. Yes.
I don't know his name, but I thought he was awesome. But anyway,
dude,
so the villains are better. Yeah. The villains are better. The action is like the first movie had plenty of action, but this one's just like
one's awesome.
Yeah, this one halfway through says screw it, let's just go crazy, let's go nuts.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's pretty much.
Did you see it in English or?
I saw it in English. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Same here. I remember last year people were complaining because there were theaters that listed it as English listed it as the sub, but they just play the English one anyway.
Right.
So very few people saw it in like Japanese last time. I guess this time it was much better in theaters. So
I actually just went to go see that Weathering with You movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a month ago. And not my ticket, but the screening was supposed to be in Japanese, but it was actually in English.
Oh.
And like maybe 3 people walked out of it. I thought that was funny. I was happy because not that I can't read or anything. It's just that when I'm watching an anime, I guess Weathering with You is more of a drama. But like My Hero, I want to see the action. I don't want to focus on subtitles.
Yeah.
But I will if I have to. And if I want to. But whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. So I agree that this movie was definitely almost better in like every area than the first one.
Yeah.
Like this movie had plenty of laughs. A lot of action, as we've said, and the villain, while not like A+ material, he did perfectly what he needed to do as like the villain.
Yeah,
like a guy for the heroes to beat up, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like a spoiler-free little section, and now we're just gonna talk about our favorite parts because we're not gonna go through like step by step how the movie goes. It's just gonna be like kind of things we thought we liked and So yeah, let's just dive on in. I'll start by saying that I thought the beginning was pretty awesome with Endeavor. Well, there's like I will say I wasn't a fan of like the 3D car chase part.
Yeah,
that was a little, threw me out.
That was a little unfortunate.
Yeah, but it was quick, and then it goes right back to like the hand drawn stuff with Endeavor, who just unleashes this huge, awesome blast to take out like the truck and stuff. I thought that was pretty sweet.
Endeavor has one of my favorite parts later on in the movie. We'll talk about
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I already know what you're talking about. That's great.
Which is great.
Yeah. So there was that stuff, and then I thought like it was smart. Obviously, this is kind of how you'd expect it to go. Like they got the humor stuff mostly in the beginning part of the movie, where it's like the students are just like helping people out, and I thought it was funny how like they called the Kaminari, the electric dude, to go fix that guy's tractor. He's like, why can't that guy just buy a new tractor? Like this, they're just like bitching about it.
Yeah, he's just like everybody's doing these like kind of mundane tasks, like find this. I'm like, all right, and then like what's her name, Jiro with this. my favorite character. That's her name, right?
Oh yeah, earphone girl.
I'm trying to find them. I'm using my earphone things or whatever. All right,
Yeah.
but so like everybody's like on this island as one of their class, I guess, assignments.
Yeah, they gave a generic reason why they're there. Oh, the old heroes retired on the island. You guys are there just till like a new guy
until
gets
they
there.
got a new guy elected, which is weird because you think like a new guy elected means there's somebody there that would be elected.
Yeah, I guess that's too small of an island to have like a proper candidate or something. I don't know.
Sure, so
like,
someone else would be elected somewhere else.
Yeah.
like in a different city, like whatever. So I guess that makes sense. I was thinking like if there's a hero here that could be elected, how come no heroes come out to help these kids later on?
Yeah.
I'm like, where are they? I guess it makes sense that they're just not on the island. But yeah, no, they're on an island, they're isolated, so it's a perfect reason to have all these kids there and have to deal with something bad. But so it's a great setup, and you get a lot of just everybody being their characters, just everybody doing stuff.
I loved when I think Momo was like, "Hey, we need someone to help old lady Chiho cross the road or whatever," and Ida's like, "Don't worry, Granny, I'm on my way." And he just,
I got it. And he runs like 500 miles an hour.
Like later on in the movie, I love the returning gag. He's like, Granny Chiho's got another plenty of years left in her, like something like joke like that. And just,
not if you're going that quick.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun. You have all these characters do what you would expect them to do, and them palling around. I do like that we get a little bit more of them just palling around. I like the whole what's her name? I know you like her, the bubblegum girl.
Mina.
Yeah, Mina. I can never remember these characters. But Mina like making fun of Mineta. I don't know why I know his
didn't want to
name.
go help, and then she's like, "Oh, that sucks. I heard that this beautiful girl on the other side of the phone."
And he's like, "I'm gonna go." Or whatever.
I love the beginning when there's like two guys trying to flirt with these girls, and he like uses his balls to like stop them, and he's like, "Don't worry, ladies, I'm here." And then like they think it was the tail man who helped him, and he's like, "No, those were my balls."
No, those were my balls. True Chad moment.
Stupid.
It was really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like even Mineta has a moment to kind of shine.
Oh yeah.
Like even a character as useless as him, even the naval guy who
he had some cool moments.
Yeah, and
Tape
I'm
guy.
not even gonna lie, I completely forgot he even existed.
And Tape Guy, he had some great moments.
Yeah.
Just kicking ass.
Yeah, he's kicking ass. Naval guy is actually doing a lot in this movie when he has to fight. I was actually surprised by that.
I just laugh whenever he opens his mouth because he's like Messi, like he's like Twinkle and like all his other weird things. But,
yeah, he has like he's drawn weird too. So he's like he like sticks out more so than even like what's her name, the frog girl. Like I don't know why every time
Froppy.
I see Froppy. What's her name? Sue. That's right.
Yeah, Sue's the real name.
Yeah. So. She even says like, "Just call me Sue" in this movie. So that's the only reason why I remember her name. But so like, like he's always like a weird character. But I actually completely forgot he existed until now.
Well, that's kind of his thing. He's like, you forget about him, then he appears to stick cheese in your mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway.
So and then we get introduced to the two kids of the movie. Who this whole. I guess the movie revolves around mainly, I guess, the boy, the brother. I don't remember their names. I've seen the movie twice, and I can't remember
Jim
their
and
names.
Carrie. I don't know. Jim Carrey. I don't know. I got Jim Carrey on the mind, I guess.
I think like one's Okina, and then like another one's something else. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't remember their names. I just even though they probably said their names like 50 times in the movie. I do.
Oh, dude, they say it a bunch, and I remember watching it the second time because I've seen it twice now, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I gotta like remember their names, and I completely forgot to like memorize their names, and so now I've seen it twice and I just don't know the main two kids' names.
I do remember them saying it quite a bit. I don't remember their names either. But yeah, it doesn't matter. The two kids, which I feel like is that going to be like a thing with My Hero, where they always have like in the movies, even in some of their arcs, they always have like that one character that's like the focal point of the thing.
I don't know. I will say I got some like major. Remember the kid in season 2 or 3?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Heroes.
That's the name
Yeah,
coded.
the older sister was very much like that, or she's like, oh, I don't
believe in heroes and stuff. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Even like the last movie, it wasn't a kid, but it was like they added a new character there just to be like the one that watches while everybody else does awesome stuff. I forgot her name,
but I guess it makes sense. Like, any anime movie, there's always gonna be like that new character that's introduced to kind of interact with the normal people you already know. I guess it's like.
That's just
because in this case, I guess the kids are like pretty much tied to like the island, so it's like they represent like the island people. So yeah,
I was actually okay with them, and you know what, that's actually made like a big surprise because when I saw them in the trailer, I was like, oh. Not that I thought they'd be like super annoying, but I thought they'd be like a big focal point. But to be fair, I don't even know why I thought that because even the kid in season 2, 3 didn't annoy me. So I was just like,
yeah.
I
thought their arc was pretty well handled. There was actually some really good emotional stuff later. Like because what's it called? Just to recap, the kid, the girl, her quirk is like illusions or something. She can make like stuff appear, which is a really great moment with that.
Bakugo.
Bakugo. Okay, but let's just say Bakugo had a great movie. He had a lot of really good stuff in this movie.
Yeah, I really like Bakugo. That's the thing. Like if you watch my early reactions, I was not a fan of Bakugo. You hated Bakugo. Well, but he didn't have anything else to do. Like he didn't do stuff like this. I don't feel like in the early seasons of My Hero.
No,
it was more just him being
actual character development.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but like you shitty Deku. You know, that was pretty much. That was most of his lines in the first couple seasons.
Yeah,
he just hated Deku, and then right when the summer game thing, was it summer?
Oh, the sports festival,
summer games, whatever, sports festival happened, and he won, and he was pissed about it.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had to like lock him up like Hannibal Lecter. That was like the turning point. I was when I started like
that's the moment you realize, hey, this guy might not be so bad.
Yeah, my hate was like 100%, and then that happened. And it was like it went to 90%, and it just kept going down.
You originally, I remember you compared him to Sasuke.
Yeah,
which I can see why people would originally say that because it's like, he's the guy who is mad at the main protagonist and stuff like that. But he had a really good movie. We'll talk like about his stuff. I'm sure as we get into the fights, but the kids were good. The two main kids, I thought they served their purpose. And then should we just kind of go into like the fights and stuff?
Sure. All right. So there's a whole reason why the villains are here. So you got 9 and his 3 buds. You got lackeys, a girl. You got a woman. Lackeys. I don't know their names. Maybe you do.
Hair Girl, Wolfman, and Mummy Man.
And Mummy that makes puppets, man. So, they all had fun quirks, which I was surprised by.
Yeah,
the hair one was kind of generic. You know,
that one was kind of dumb. But to be fair, she was easily the one they showed the least, pretty much.
That's true. She was just there to have another person to fight, I guess. So you have another scene later where somebody has to fight her, in a cave. I guess.
In my what's it called? My review for the movie that I did, I basically said like I was kind of in a weird way entertained more by the 3 lackey villains than the main one.
Yeah,
but I didn't mean that in like I didn't like the fights with the main guy. I just thought the fights with the lackey villains were actually really good. Like it was kind of fun to watch them.
Yeah, they were. Especially we talked about them earlier.
That was the best part of the movie. I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah, but we got the mummy guy friend. Well, they all show up and they're wreaking havoc. The reason why they're there on the island is because they were there to take because the 9 guy, he's another version of All for One, right? No,
yeah, so he apparently has like a lesser version of All for One's quirk, like the doctor that they work with.
Dr. Eggman, you mean?
Yeah, Dr. Eggman. We'll call him Dr. Eggman.
Everybody in my theater, it's Eggman. Yep. It looks just like Dr. Eggman. That was crazy.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So yeah, he basically makes like a Coke Zero version of like All for One's quirk. Puts it in the sky. So he can't have like infinite quirks, but he can have like 8 or 9, like just 9 total.
Caffeine free.
Caffeine free. The sugar free like diet version.
The Shasta version.
It's just off brand.
Yeah, off brand version.
Off
Coke spelled with 2 O's.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's like his big thing. He's got should we just kind of list all the quirks that we can remember?
Yeah, sure.
laser fingers. He's got dragons that come out of his back. He can make force field barrier things
out of air.
What was it? What was that one?
No, out of air, because they make a point, but like he's just making force fields out of air. He can make lightning storms.
Yeah, that, and I think he can like see people's quirk. I guess that's a quirk in itself. Like he can see people's quirks or something.
I'm trying to think of another quirk. Yeah, no, that's probably one. But I'm trying to think like he had 9. Well, at 8,
I don't even think he showed all of them because I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, he had 8 technically, right? Because he can only have 9. Yeah. So he had 8, and he only had room for 9. So he needs to get that 9th quirk, and he needs to get it from the father of the 2 kids. He gets it, but then realizes that
it only works on like a certain.
It only works on a particular type of blood, and that was the wrong type of blood. I don't know what type he had. It doesn't matter. So he's just like, he's hurting. He's hurting bad. He has like a Bane thing going on where he has to like infuse himself with like a liquid or something like that to keep him from not dying. Because he has too many quirks in him, I guess. So, and then he quickly realizes he needs to go get those kids, and they're on the island. So they have a reason why there's villains on the island, even though this island is like really peaceful for the most part, and so much so I think they only have one hero on the entire island usually.
And he like retired, I guess.
Yeah, he retired.
Like,
he was old.
That's why they had to have the kids go there to cover him while they got a new one or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to be kind of like more of a fun assignment. Like even what's his name, Aizawa in a flashback says like, yeah, you're gonna go there and be heroes, and everybody's like, woo, and he's just like, hey, you're just gonna be doing like chores pretty much,
starting tractors and carrying grandmas and
carrying grandma, starting tractors.
I loved. We didn't talk about it at the beginning when they were like helping people. I loved when there's like a kid drowning and like the sugar guy runs out to help him. He's got this like this whacked out like hyped up like sugar face.
Yeah,
he's like, don't worry,
like,
kid.
You okay, kid?
He's terrifying. He looks like the Hulk. Like
he looked terrifying. He looked like the Hulk in that added scene at Endgame. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
where he looked all messed up.
Yeah.
So he looked like a zombie.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. But anyway,
the villains are there to take the kid's quirk because the kid has a better version of his dad's quirk, and it works on like all quirks, I guess, or all blood types. And
his quirk is to regenerate
his body
cells.
Sucks, and it's like killing him to use these powers, and he needs the kid because it's like a healing quirk. I think it's called like cell
reconstruction or something like that. Like you can make the cells. It's pretty much what the grandma has, kind of, right?
Yeah, except he doesn't need to kiss himself.
Yeah, which is a little. If I was a grandma, I'd be like, wait, hold on. So this kiss is better. You don't need to do any kissy.
Yeah. Unless you like that kind of thing from old ladies.
Yeah, she shows up in this movie too at one point.
Yeah, she does. She actually does make a cameo.
And I guess they make it apparent that that's one of her quirks is that she can make her lips stretch off of her. I thought that was just like a funny thing, but they actually do it in this.
Did they say that?
No, they don't say it, but I thought that was a funny thing in the original show. Like sometimes you see it like stretching and going to her face. But here you actually see it move off of her face, I remember. And I'm just like, wait, maybe that is a quirk.
Oh, gosh. Wow. I somehow didn't notice that. It's freaking crazy.
It is creepy. It's really creepy. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I just imagined it. But I'm pretty sure you see it like stretch off of her face.
Huh.
It's a little weird. Anyway, you see her. But so they're coming, and while they're here, I think they like start splitting off, right? All the villains.
Like one starts blowing up the harbor, another one goes to the beach. The wolf dude goes to the beach.
Yeah.
The mummy dude goes into town. Yeah. And then I think Nine's like going through the forest. I think he's going straight to the kid's house or something.
Yeah, I think he is.
And here's so the movie, there's like two sections of the movie where there's fights. This is the first one, and this is kind of like the first scrimmage. And this isn't like the main fight of the movie, but each student kind of sees what they're up against. Like the beach, it's like Todoroki, Tokoyami, Ida. There's like a bunch of people fighting the wolf dude,
right? And
they can't even like touch him. The dude's so strong, he's not even like trying. He's just blocking their attacks, blocking the fire, blocking kicks. And they do some really cool combos against him too. I remember at one point, I think like Todoroki freezed him, and then like Tape Guy wrapped him up, and then they drop like the sugar guy like from the air to like punch him, and he's like, this is weak, and then he just like breaks out of it.
Yeah.
That guy's so cool.
With the sugar guy?
No, the
the wolf
dude.
guy. The
Yeah.
wolf dude. Yeah, wolf dude messes them up. Especially later on in the movie where you're like, oh man, he's strong. He might be stronger than 9. He only has one quirk. He's messing everybody up.
It's like one quirk, but it's basically like a chimera quirk or something.
Yeah.
Like he's got like
it's almost like Dragon Ball Z where like he has like different evolutions.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go. Another reference to Dragon Ball Z for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, he's awesome. The mummy guy, I like his quirk, but he's a little too generic.
He gets effed up.
Yeah, he get. I thought he was dead when they show him explode and you see him like disintegrate. I was like, that's like some Dragon Ball Z stuff where they don't come back; they're dead.
Yeah, I loved he showed up and then the people have to fight him at first are Mineta and Aoyuma, like two of the wimpiest people in the class in terms of like fighting, and they're like, oh crap. He's like throwing his balls at him, and like Aoyuma's getting a stomach ache from like trying to shoot down the mummies, and they also have Hagakure with them, which doesn't help because she's just an invisible girl.
Oh yeah, yeah, she was the most useless one. She didn't do a damn thing.
Oh, she didn't do anything in this movie. Yeah,
she literally stood there, and all you see is a glove.
Like, yeah, and she's like, I can't get a signal on my phone. Like, that's
oh wow, I can't even get a signal.
Yeah,
like I don't even get it. Like, why couldn't she just like sneak up on him, like get a knife or something? I don't know.
Just like shakes.
See,
like,
that would be great.
Up, like, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, gotcha, and just like massacres him. Just like Jesus.
I will say, like, oddly enough, they kind of had a missed opportunity because the guy, he was like, oh, I can't take control of living people, but I can take control of your clothes. She doesn't wear clothes. She could have been immune to him. She could go after. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But they didn't want to do that, which is weird because you'd think they would want to do that because that's like less stuff to animate.
Yeah.
They'd be like, all right, just one scene where she comes and karate chops him right in the neck or something.
We're gonna have the floating knife go into his back.
Yeah, there you go. He you see like tears coming out.
Oh God,
Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm uncomfortable. I know he's a villain, but come on.
Yeah, so he's fighting everyone, and then like 3 actual decent fighters show up. It's Bakugo, Kaminari, and Denki.
They actually say that in the movie too. 3 actually good characters show up.
And yeah, they start like mopping up the mummies, and then the mummy dude's like, all right, F this. I'm just gonna take your explosion boy.
Yeah.
Wraps him up, and he kind of has him like fight his friends for a while, like just controlling him. He doesn't use his explosions or anything. He can't do that. But Bakugo breaks out. He's pissed, and then he just proceeds to. By the way, like we talked about the animation in this movie, how it's really good. When Bakugo's flying around with explosions and he's like rushing people, it's some of the coolest like moments because it just shows him like launching in. It's great.
Like I don't know how they do this and the show in the space. Like it's only been a year and a half since that last movie. Like,
I know.
Hasn't even been that long. No, not even. I think that
it's
last
barely
movie
over
came
a
out
year.
like October, like 2018. Well, in America at least. But yeah. So it's barely been like a year and a couple months, and I don't know how they do this and the show.
Yeah, I know. It's.
I'm assuming Bones is a huge studio, so
yeah, they got multiple divisions. I think like one division does like Mob Psycho, another one does My Hero. I think they also worked on the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Did
back
they?
in the day? Yeah, they did I know they did the movie. I don't know about the show.
Oh, I love that movie.
But the movie looks great, so maybe you ever watch that. It's just like it's a beautiful movie.
That movie's great.
Yeah. And then they do a whole bunch of shows. They did Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, so they've been around for a while. And yeah, it just looks so good. Like the fighting is absolutely. It's at some points it's almost even too crazy. Like the amount of like shit on screen at once. You can't even like take it all in. It's there for like 2 seconds, and then it's to something else crazy, and then
there's one scene you would have to freeze frame most of it for me to even understand what's going on. Like,
is it like the ending?
Yeah, it's the one where they play the music, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood what was going on, but it was only after the scene happened. I'm like, he did that, and then something else crazy would happen while I'm thinking about that last scene. And I'm like,
your brain's like 5 seconds behind, like what you're saying.
One part where he just like melts rock. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Oh my
god, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, anyway, we'll get to that.
So yeah, all that happens, and then I don't think anyone fights Hair Lady. I think she's just kind of blowing stuff up.
Yeah, she's just creeping.
And then here's the first really good fight of the movie. So 9, he's chasing the kids down. He finds them in a forest, and he's like, give me your quirk, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And Deku rushes in, gets him away, and then he starts fighting Nine, the Deku does. And they start feeling each other out, like, oh, this dude's got multiple quirks. And the guy's like, oh, this guy's got a power-up quirk. He's talking about Deku. And,
right.
And Deku just can't, like, lay a scratch on him. He's honestly getting his ass kicked. At one point, Nine tries to take his quirk. It doesn't work. At first he thinks he doesn't have room for it, but then he's like, oh wait, no, something else. It was I think the spirits of One for All like stopped it, or
because they showed
like
the girl, the mentor.
Oh, Nana Shimura.
That's her name. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then showed her like, no.
Yeah, like no, you can't have this one. Like just like slaps his hand away, like no, stop.
No,
like
get your hands out of cookie jar. Get your hands out of my Deku jar.
Yeah. So that happens, and then like Deku gets like 2 lasers like through his body as he's trying to defend the kids, and you think, oh shit, like is he like obviously he's not gonna die, but like that's what it made it feel like.
Our boy Deku gets messed up quite a bit. So.
Yeah,
in this series period.
God, they're really bad actually.
In the first movie, actually thinking about it, like nobody really gets messed up that bad. I mean,
well, they gave a cop out to Deku in that movie.
Yeah, with like you can use this 3 times. Like what?
Dude,
like
he used that like 17 times in that movie.
Well, no, he used it like 3 times, like really well.
Oh
the other ones were
poor
uses. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So he kept his the status bar, like his usage bar, like in a video game. He kept his usage low for it. And they saved up for that final blow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's getting his ass kicked, and then I guess we didn't really talk about this, but Deku was talking to the kid earlier, and he's like, "Oh, what kind of hero do you want to be?" And Bakugo was like listening in the back, like,
yeah, I thought that was a really good scene. He has
it was really good. Bakugo, like the beginning of the movie, had some really nice like quiet moments with Bakugo, which is like pretty rare. Basically like just moments they genuinely talked, and it was pretty interesting. The Deku's like, "Oh, I want to save people." Bakugo wants to fight people, and they kind of reiterate what they said in season 3 when they like fought each other.
Yeah, and they fought.
And then this moment, like Bakugo shows up and he's like, "All right, kid, I'm gonna show you how it's done. This is how you win." And he starts like fighting the guy. And I thought this part was really sweet. How he dives in and he kind of like, I don't know how to explain this. He basically like used an explosion to go around him, like to dodge him. And
because he's predicting his moves and stuff.
Yeah,
so
and then he like knocks his hand away, and it's like, oh shit, like he's actually really doing well. And then like a dragon comes out of his back,
and then he gets his ass beat. And then, like even there's a close up to Bakugo's face. He's just like, oh my god, I think he broke all my ribs.
Which, oh my god, like,
I'm like, I don't think he's winning anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Bakugo was gonna be one of those things where like someone shows up, beats the villain back into retreating or something like that. I'm like, no, no, villain just beats his ass too. I was like, damn.
Yeah, right. And then like Deku gets up, he's like, God, push myself. I can't just like lie here and let Bakugo just ribs crushed.
Yeah.
And then they kind of fight him again, and
and
like,
then
really, I don't know about you, I loved when a 9 would look at Deku and like analyze his quirk, and you just see like Deku powering up. It was like really cool.
Yeah, he's talking about like, oh, he's stronger now. Hey, I will keep referencing it, but it's very similar to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, what if 9 is like, oh
the
shit,
power
this guy's
level
going
stuff?
Goku on me right now?
Yeah. What 9,000? Yeah, of course, classic meme. But
yeah. Imagine that view he has. You see a little number in the bottom right, it's just like 9,000. Like above that.
He crushes the thing.
I mean, it's easy to reference Dragon Ball because it's like the granddaddy of this kind of thing.
It's Funimation also, right? So
yeah,
is it Funimation or the Toei? Wait, Funimation streams it. Do they
Funimation?
own it,
I know did the dub for the new series. The whatever you call it,
Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, so they don't own it, but they have, because they're technically the publishers of, or not publishers, but whatever, of the Broly movie, because they're saying like this is like their second highest grossing one, I think.
Yeah, they've been the handler of Dragon Ball for like Western audiences for a little while now.
Yeah, supposedly this movie had the second highest grossing Funimation opening weekend.
Yeah, behind
below Broly. Yeah. So that's the only reason I was wondering.
Because I think this movie opened to like what 2.5 million or maybe 3. I think Broly had like 7 million. So
this one opened to almost 6 million.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, it opened for the first day about 2 million, but for the weekend, for the weekend it was like pretty close to 6 million. I think
that's really good actually. Wow.
Yeah, it did really well.
And then I think Broly was like 7 point whatever. So that's pretty good actually. That's really close.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Good job, Deku.
Everyone. Yeah. Going beyond.
Yeah.
Plus a little ultra million.
Yeah, they even have to make a little plus ultra joke in this movie. I don't remember what the joke was.
Do they? Oh, is it a joke or was it when they were all like?
It was like no, because I feel like it was Denki that made that joke. He said something about like, let's go plus ultra on this shit or something. He said something like that. I could have sworn maybe it was another imagined joke from me, but I thought someone said something like that. But anyway,
so yeah, they're fighting and like 9 calls down lightning like Thor, just knocks them out.
Oh yeah,
and then they're not like done yet. They're like grabbing onto his legs, is like trying to protect the kid, and it knocks them away again. They're like knocked out. They're done right now.
Yeah, they're
done. And then 9 like collapses because he like used too much of his power, and and then here we get like the only moment where Koda is useful in this movie. Pretty much, he calls in a swarm of birds to like distract him, and then they take the kids and run. Shoji, the duple arms guy.
Yeah,
and then they run away.
By the way, he's useless in this movie too.
Which one?
Duple arms guy.
Yeah, he's just kind of like the babysitter at the end.
There's a couple of characters that are pretty useless in this, but yeah, it was still cool to see them try at least.
Yeah. So that's like that marks the end of like kind of the first half of the movie, and then the second half is just like all like fights for the most part. So basically, they all like regroup and they're like, okay, well, we got to find out what they're after and blah 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 blah. And the kid's like, they're after me, and it literally he's like, they're after me, and then it shows like a flashback of like 9 saying, "I want your cork," and then it cuts back to the kids like, oh yeah, I wonder who they're after.
I wonder.
Yeah,
I would like to think that sometimes everybody can see someone's flashback. Like this is a world where someone can just project their like stuff they remember out.
Oh, it'd be really cool since the girl was there. She could have made like an illusion that like re-showed.
Like, I guess she does. That. Oh, we forgot to mention that though. To help Deku and Bakugo and call everybody over, she does do that kind of. I mean, she doesn't recreate it.
She starts freaking out and like this big balloon.
This big like balloon Deku shows up. He looks all messed up.
He's got like blood on his face.
He looks like when like Ditto screws up the transformation in Pokemon.
Both times that I've seen the movie twice now, both times my theater erupted laughing. It was just such a funny moment. And
that was a really cool
because the music stops, everything stops. Like everyone who's fighting these other villains, it just stops, and you see this balloon pop up, and the girl's like, "Help!"
Like, I think is it Uraraka that goes Deku?
It was just great. I forgot to mention that.
That is that's right before they get saved.
Yeah,
that's not later. Okay. Making sure we put it in the right spot.
But
So that was funny. Anyway, that's when the bird guy shows up, and he's not is he just like he could talk to wildlife, or is it?
I think he can command them.
Yeah, command nature and stuff. So so it's not just bugs and birds and.
So he's like land Aquaman.
Landman.
I'm not ever gonna call him anything else again. It's just Landman.
Landman. Rhymes too, so it's great. But anyway, so they save Deku and Bakugo, bring him over. They got the flashback. They tell him like, "It's me. I'm the kid. I'm the one." And then Deku and Bakugo are both messed up, but the kid's like, "I can help them because he has the cellular restructure." Yeah,
this is where it shows like what his quirk is, and
yeah. So you can restructure, like make them recover quicker, and he has to like hold on to him for a little while, and it takes a little while for it to happen, but they get fixed obviously. So.
And this part was kind of cool for the rest of the class because while Baku and Deku are like unconscious, they're meeting in this room. They're like, and Ida is doing a really good job. He's like, the power's out, communications are cut, and they're saying like what their options are. And then Momo's like, I sent a drone. It's gonna go send an SOS, but it's gonna take like hours to get far enough to send it.
Yeah.
So they have like a plan, but they need to like protect. They need to find out what the people are after and stuff. So. Then that's when they find out, and I think like Deku and Bakugo wake up and they're like, yeah, let's do this, and then that's when everyone's like, plus ultra, like, you know, let's do this, let's fight, and etc.
Plus ultra,
yeah,
let's go crazy, and then everybody fails.
Yeah, they just die,
and then the villains win.
Yeah.
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Sorry. Imagine that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
And then at the end it says, "This is canon." like what?
There's no season. Like the remaining episodes of this season are just done. They don't even come out. Like
it's not, you're seeing it on Saturday, going like, "I can't wait to go home and watch the new episode."
This episode has been canceled because the villains won. Bye.
Yeah, villains won. Bye.
That'd be a cool marketing stunt, actually. Like the real world show gets cut and they say it's because of like Shigaraki and the villains. And,
oh, yeah, there you go.
Just like, that'd be great.
Sorry. It's done. They won. What's the point?
So yeah, they're like, okay, there's this castle conveniently on this island, and it's got like walls and stuff, and only one way to enter it. So that's where we're gonna have our last stand kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
so
this is like the best part of the movie. Like the whole movie is really good, but this part's awesome. Basically, they have like multi layers of like groups per like wall or whatever, and their plan is just to make the guy use up his powers to get weak by the time he gets to Deku and Bakugo and stuff like that. And the first wave is Momo and Aoyama.
Mm-hmm.
And this part is pretty cool. Momo is like super tired because she's been creating shit like all day, like not just for the people of the town, but like during the fights and all that stuff.
Yeah, like the
and
big boulders and stuff, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Unless they just found those. I guess it could just be boulders everywhere. But
I bet I would hope they gathered the boulders because that'd be pretty messed up. Just to make Momo make all the boulders.
Yeah, but it would also be very convenient if they just found a bunch of boulders around.
It's already like set up there. It's just
oh, there you go. Well, it is a castle, I guess. They're ready for a siege.
That's true. Yeah. She makes 2 cannons. They're like huge howitzer cannons. They're pretty cool. Yeah. But Aoyama, here's like his moment to be really cool. He actually he charges up his belly laser. He's like, "May I see? Like, charge up my belly laser, like
my belly laser."
And then he fires it out. and then he goes plus ultra, and like the little shoulder pads that he's got, and like the things on his knees. They start firing the little ones out, and it's just this huge Kamehameha like blast.
Yeah. And Nine's like, "Come on." But yeah, he has like this big beam shootout, and
it splits up the villains.
Yeah, it splits up the villains, which was good. It worked. That's the beginning of the plan. I do like the whole plan. Like I find when you're in a movie like this and there's a plan of some sort, as long as it makes sense, it's always fun to watch it. Like,
oh yeah, and this was just like an excuse, like a good excuse to have like waves of action, and it's awesome. So. The wolf dude, he goes off to this waterfall area, and then the hare lady gets knocked down into a cave. Yep. And then Nine, unfazed by all of this, is just walking forward, like blocking everything, and he's fine. And then it cuts to a few things happen here. It cuts to wave 2, and wave 2, it's Uraraka and Tape Man, Hantasero. And I guess Mineta. We'll get to him, I guess, in a moment. He's at the end, but most of this is the tape dude and Uraraka. And she basically like floats all the boulders, and he just starts slinging them at the guy, and of course he's just blocking all of it. But it's really visually really cool, especially when they have to like dodge his lasers. Like Tape Man is just all over the place, like helping Uraraka fly and like a bunch of stuff. I was really impressed.
Yeah, it's fun. It was fun watching everybody work together there. I really like the Uraraka has that thing. I like everybody has a weakness, really. Or not even like I guess it is a weakness, but if they use their powers too much, something happened. Like the naval guy, of course, he gets sick. Momo just gets tired. Mineta, if he starts throwing his balls, his scalp bleeds. And Uraraka, when she uses her ability to make everything float and whatever and change the gravity of everything, she just starts throwing up
rainbows.
Yeah. So I like that everybody has a weakness. So there's always and it makes sense too in the story. So it's not like it's just like everybody like like a piece of rock like Superman, like now he's weak or whatever. It's actually something that makes sense. But yeah, no, all that stuff is great. Them trying to hold back Nine, it just doesn't really work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what happens right after this?
So then it kind of sets up the other two side fights. Cuts to the cave, and you see like the stalactites. What's the one that's on the ceiling? That's that one. Like
right?
they start falling because Mina's like making them fall, and then like Tokoyami appears, and he goes straight up like Wolverine. He's got like these claws that he puts on.
Yeah, that was dope.
Shadow.
He merges with them. Yeah,
so
it's really
sick.
cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
And then he like does the armor where like the whole thing coats his body, and is like, the darkness is my territory, and then the girl like she's like, you cheeky boy, and like licks her lips like,
yeah,
like, what? Like, this is midnight. Is that you?
Going?
Is that your sister?
Yeah, right.
Like,
that's her name's Slice.
Slice. Okay.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I was just what is her name? Because the other guy's name is Chimera.
He's just Chimera. That's his
name.
Yeah,
that's his name. That's actually his name. Yeah, Chimera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the mummy dude's name is Mummy.
Is it really? No.
I think I just saw that. He's not in
Brendan
the description
Fraser.
too much. Yeah, Brendan Fraser. His name is Brendan Fraser. I think I just saw that. Hold on. He's not in the synopsis too much because he's not in the movie. His name is Mummy.
By the way, we didn't mention when Bakugo like borderline killed that guy, and they like locked him up.
Yeah, locked him up. And you see him captured and stuff, and you're thinking like, oh, he's probably gonna break free or something. No.
Nope, never.
The
rest of the movie he's just locked up. That's it.
Yeah, he's still in that prison too. Nobody even checked on him.
Which is good because like, I don't know. While he has a cool power, I think it'd be kind of boring to see it at the end here. They definitely kind of like the way they set it up was better.
I guess I could see it be it would have been kind of fun if you see the guy like come out. He's just like, all right, now I'm gonna try, and then just like someone comes up and just beats his ass immediately.
Yeah,
Deku just super kicks him in the face or something.
Yeah,
but no, I don't think it would work.
So yeah, then it shows the Chimera's fight. Basically, he shows up to this waterfall. I was like, oh, they could try to get me alone, huh? Yeah, good for them. And then Froppy drags him to the water. Todoroki freezes it.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, we got him. Good job, guys.
Yeah, and then he bursts out. He's just like, you had to get me wet, huh? He was like really upset.
Yeah.
And then
great.
He starts beating some ass.
Yeah. Should we just like finish talking about those fights and then go to like the main one? Like,
I do like where this main one. I mean, this Chimera one goes to because they're fighting them. They're I guess they're kind of like even at this point. Like they're fighting them, but they're not winning exactly. But they're
not really hurting him. He's just kind of like holding them off, and then he's like, all right, time for me to go all out. And then he's like, oh wait, my arms can't move. And they're like, what'd you do? I guess they coated Ida's legs
poison.
And Kirishima's arms because they're tough there, I guess. With the mucus that she makes. I guess it's like poison or something.
Yeah, I guess it's like it paralyzes them or it's poison. I think they said poison actually.
Okay.
I think they do. Maybe they said like it just paralyzes them. But anyway, yeah. So he's paralyzed. He's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go crazy, and he's like, he turns to a giant like.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna show you why they made fun of me my whole life, and then he like just gets like big and like super ugly.
Turns into a giant wolf monster man.
Which
he was already a wolf guy.
He's got a lizard tail. He's got the wolf head that shoots lasers.
Very different form of a chimera. He shoots lasers.
Yeah,
that was dope. But so he transforms. I actually got a really good theater response for me at least when he gets hulked out and he starts shooting lasers. People are like, "Oh,
yeah." I mean, I don't know how you feel, but that personally, that's kind of my favorite fight of the movie because like just how it ends. I guess we'll just kind of say it. So they're fighting.
Super teamwork right there.
What was that?
I was just saying it was like super teamwork right there.
It was so good. It was just great.
Yeah,
the whole thing. Do you want to handle it or should I?
Go for it? You know what? You do it. You saw it twice, and my memory is probably the worst. But I I can visualize it. I just can't explain things.
So basically, they're like, oh shit, this dude's a freaking beast, and like, all right, what do we got a plan? And Ida's like, hey Todoroki, you got an idea? I don't have much my recipro legs left or whatever he said. And then he's like, yeah, if you can buy me time and then get me close, I have an idea. And they're like, okay, let's do it. So Ida goes out there, and Ida had a really cool scene here, actually. He, like, fires up his legs, and he's, like, dodging the lasers that this guy's, like, firing out. And it's visually just so freaking cool. This is absolutely great. And he's distracting him. And behind them, Todoroki is surfing on like ice with Kirishima in front of him as like a shield.
Right.
And then he gets their attention. He fires like a huge like Kamehameha laser at Kirishima, and he blocks it all. And then he's like, "All right, good Todoroki, you go do your thing. Better not fail, because we just like sacrificed everything for you, basically, right here."
Yep.
And then Todoroki starts like lunging at him, and then you get like a flashback where it's like Endeavor is like trying to teach him a special move. How he's saying like, "Oh, increase your fire to like the hottest temperature all at once, like as far as you can go."
And then he says like, "I'll do that except for ice."
But my mom's side, yeah. And then so he jumps on his mouth and sticks his hand in his throat as he's about to like fire a laser, and like it's just like colder, and like, and then like, the guy's like about to whip him with the tail, and then like Ida blocks it. He tries to get him with his hand, but the Froppy like blocks it with your tongue, and like super teamwork. And then Todoroki's freezing half his body off. He's like colder, and like just freezing this guy from the inside out, and just so really freaking awesome. It just my words alone doesn't really do it justice. It was just a really hype moment. You
see like a giant like icicle coming out of his mouth too. Yeah, he's just like completely frozen. Kills him. Like, I don't see how he's gonna survive that. I guess I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
And he's like,
I guess he could. But
and then Todoroki gets a cool like mic drop line. He's like, "Why don't you take go to sleep for a while?" And like, my theater's like, "Oh,
oh, got him."
Yeah.
I was good. Everybody's like just like on the ground, like
they're all like passed out. I mean, like. Yeah. Imagine being 9 and you brought these badass like buddy like people to help you fight, and they all get taken out by kids.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, granted, they're like 5-on-1 fights, but
yeah, that's true. It was a good kid. So. And Endeavor's kid too. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to say what happens in the cave?
Now. The cave. Okay, so you have Nightbird, what's his name?
Nightbird.
Yeah, that guy. Him and
Mina.
Slice, right? That's the name.
Oh yeah, and Mina.
Yeah, in the cave, right?
Yep.
So they're fighting, whatever they're doing it, and I think Slice at this point like wins, I think, or whatever, like beats him
winning,
down.
Yeah,
she's winning, and then Mina shows up and like does something where she attacks him or whatever.
Melts her hair off, I think.
Yeah, melts her hair, and she has like a short haircut now. And she just like starts shooting spikes or whatever.
Yeah,
out of her short hair now. Yeah. I like how you could just shave her head and she just have no quirk whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, you can say the same with like Mineta, I guess.
That's true, but Mineta's useless anyway. So it's like, oh no, you threw a sticky ball. I'll just kick you like a football and I win.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so anyway, she's starting shooting like little spikes at him, and then how does this wrap up though? Actually, I don't remember.
Mina gets like hit in the legs with like a few of the bullets or whatever, and then like she falls to the floor.
Oh, and he gets pissed. That's right.
And he gets like super pissed, and he's like, "You fiend!" and like just like unleashes this dark the thing we see in season 3 where he just like goes berserk. And she's like, "Well, this sucks." Basically, she just gets like slammed against the wall. She's like done, like not even.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to like the cave collapsing, and he's just yelling like the beast and beating the beast or something. Like
yeah. And you're like, oh, I guess they're dead.
Yeah, just cave collapse on them. They're done.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. And now they're fine. Then they just like come out of the like crumbling like whatever, and then they're fine at the end or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now this is the final fight, pretty much. Right.
Yeah. So I guess we didn't finish like Uraraka's stuff. They
Oh yeah.
So they're like holding it back with the rocks, and they get to the top, and like Mineta's like, my balls are ready. the big rock balls that are like behind this wooden wall or whatever. It's just so stupid. And so Uraraka goes up there, and she's like, okay, I'll make this shit float. And a really cool scene, actually. She's like listen up.
Good, because she doesn't think she could do it or whatever, right? And
because I think she was like on the verge of throwing up at this point. So, which I mean, okay, like if you throw up, you can still do stuff. So like it's not that bad, but
yeah, throw up, let it out, and let's go.
Yeah, pretty much.
But she lifts all that stuff up and just like topples it down on 9, right?
Yeah,
and it doesn't work.
but like Mineta uses his balls to like stick the rocks together, and he
stick them together, and they immediately like, we won. Like, and then Nine's like, nope.
Yeah, it just blows up all the rocks.
Blows all of them up.
Tape guy this entire time is just like helping everyone survive, because like the rocks blow up. He gets hit in the head of the boulder, like, but he's still like moving around. He like gets them all out of there with his tape, and and then it cuts to so is this where like Bakugo jumps in?
I think this is when Bakugo and then Bakugo jumps in, and then Deku jumps in right after, right? Because they're both there with the kids
staying behind.
Yeah, so they jump in, and then they start fighting. It doesn't really work out, especially at a point where I think they're fighting them and stuff. And
they do a really cool combo to start it off though, where like Deku jumps off the mountain into like a kick, and then like Nine throws him back, but Bakugo like catches him. And like he flips around with the explosions and throws Deku back at him.
Yeah,
for, like, another kick. Oh, that's so cool.
That was cool. Yeah, that was cool. But it's a pretty short. Like it's like round one of the final fight. And it's like they are beating him, but then he just like he starts getting the thing where he's like, oh, like Nine starts like going. I guess he's getting sick or whatever. He's like,
and then he calls in lightning to like knock out
because
Deku
he uses
Bakugo.
He has that injection thing in him or whatever, and then he injects more of whatever I don't exactly know what it is, but he's injecting himself with stuff or whatever, like Bane, and then then he summons the lightning, and then you think, oh,
this part was so funny. Like they don't reveal it till later. They'll just like say it now. Basically, the lightning hits, and you're like, oh shit, they got knocked out again because they don't see him. They're just like gone for like 10 minutes after that.
Yeah, and if you don't see our main heroes, that means they're obviously dead and they'll never come back.
and then like later they come back and they're fine, and they're like, how'd you survive? Like, you really think we'd lose to that lightning twice? Like Bakugo's yelling at him, and we had Denki be a lightning rod. They showed Denki like he's like,
he's like, and then does he call Denki like an asshole or something?
I forgot exactly what he says, but
he calls him like an idiot.
Yeah, Kaminari's like, can I at least get a thank you? And the whole theater laughed so hard both times I saw it.
I'm pretty sure he called him an idiot too. Like that idiot Denki. He's like, what?
Oh god.
That was pretty great.
Yeah,
that was pretty good a reveal. But yeah, anyway,
because like, I remember watching that fight. I'm like, man, everyone's getting a moment to shine, but where's like Kaminari? I just kind of forgot about it, and then like it showed like what he did. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
they used him as a lightning rod. That's nice.
Yeah, so that was really good. Yeah, I got a laugh from my theater too.
Yeah. Here's when like Shoji. So the only ones left who can still fight are Shoji and Earphone Girl and is that it? No, there's someone else, right? Tailman's with them. Ojiro. Okay. He's
who's
too.
Duplo Arms? That's a shoujo or
Shoji is Duplo Arms, Ojiro is the Tailman, and Jiro is Earphone Girl.
Yeah, I think it's the tail guy and then those two.
Wow, that's a terrible combination. Shoji, Ojiro,
obviously
and
as
Jiro.
As you watch it in the movie, you quickly realize it was a terrible threesome, I guess. Because
I was meaning more for like the names, like Ojiro, Jiro, and Shoji. Like this.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of OJ.
Yeah, that's a lot of OGs and stuff. Yeah. And it doesn't help that all of them get their ass beat like immediately.
Yeah, like so the Duplo Arms guy is like running away as the babysitter, and then the other two are like, we'll hold him off, and he's for however long we can, however long that is, and they like destroy a bridge. It doesn't work because he like just uses dragons to like take him out. And then all that's left is Shoji carrying the kids, and he just gets a laser down like really quick, and he's like, "Run, kids, run!" And then, like, I think at this moment, like, I want to say like Tape Arms or someone else, they come out of the bushes to like attack real quick, and they lose. They just get like knocked away or something like that. And then the little girl gets grabbed by Nine. He's like, "Hey, kid, like, give me your quirk, or I'm gonna kill your sister."
Yeah.
And I thought this part was kind of cute. The kid like runs at him like a goofy run, like I'm gonna.
Yeah, that was a really
out.
goofy run.
Like I understand it was a serious moment, but every time I saw it, I kind of wanted to laugh a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I did laugh actually.
Yeah. But yeah, then Deku comes in, and I didn't notice this till my second time watching. Kind of cool, a little nice nod. So Deku comes in and lays the punch on Nine. And then when Nine gets knocked away, Bakugo's the one who like catches the girl as she's like falling. So it's like a nice twist on like, oh, win by saving, win by fighting. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
There you go.
So, yeah,
that's true actually. Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, so all right, is this when like bad things start happening to them and they're starting to get
Pretty
their ass
much.
beat again?
Well,
because
start beating
Nine
him, like,
goes full on just like third evolution, pretty much. Like
yeah, because they beat the shit out of him really quick.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna die basically. So let's just
let's
just
go all out. So he's just like completely. By the way, every time he like evolves, I guess he has like these like kind of vein like scar looking things all over him.
Yeah,
that are like purple. So every time he's like he falls down, he's just like, oh, I can't give up, and then he like uses more of his ability. More and more of his body gets all messed up. So yeah, I guess he goes to his full evolution where he has his hair all out like Super Saiyan 3. You know?
Yeah.
And I think they pretty much take down everybody he takes down everybody pretty quickly.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we can't beat him without doing 100%, and then like Deku does 100%.
Deku does 100%.
Bakugo does his attack, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work at all. And then they're both pretty much stuck, right? They're both like stuck in like arms or something, like the dragon.
Yeah, the guy is like butterfly mode, like the evil guy. He's got like butterfly wings of like energy, like because the canisters on his back like break, and they're just like leaking out this like blue, like purple stuff, and he's got like butterfly wings, and he's like floating down, and he's got them like locked in these dragon jaws or whatever. And here's the point in the movie where like I've heard people complain about this. But basically, Deku's like, I got a crazy idea, Bakugo. Why don't I?
Yeah, immediately when I heard that, I was like,
give you all, one for all, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he agrees to it, and like, basically they transfer because they're both bleeding from the hand, and they just. And I thought this was kind of cool because like Deku, he gets the quirk by eating a hair.
Yeah.
And that took time to digest,
right?
I guess. But this one was like blood, so it's like, oh, just immediately you get it. So.
Oh, is that what people are upset about? Because
no. People are upset.
Bakugo immediately got it, like immediately, like where Deku it took him.
I think people are upset that he gave the power to Bakugo at all in the first place.
Oh well, he had to. He was gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't bother me at all. I thought that was awesome. Actually.
Yeah, no, it was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. My only complaint comes a little later. I'll talk about that.
Okay.
So they.
Oh yeah. That's my complaint too. I'm like, oh okay.
I think we both agree.
They
on
might
that.
as well just said it was a dream at the end.
So they both get the power, and basically Nine doesn't say this, but essentially he's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm screwed now because the two anime hair guys are super powered now.
Looking like how Deku looked in the last episode for the overhaul arc. Well, the second last episode.
And I know you've already made two Dragon Ball comparisons, but they essentially go Vegeta and Goku in this moment.
Of course. Which is pretty much exactly who they are anyway. So
yeah, pretty much like kid versions of those two people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I guess that's actually the way better comparison is that he's Vegeta. Bakugo.
Yeah.
Like I should have made that comparison because it's exactly the same. Like I want to be stronger than Goku. I want to be the best.
But Goku is stronger. Like,
Goku's always stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to take on this part?
All right. So this is badass. They're both like standing there looking like they're straight out of like. I always made this comparison. He always looks like a Deku whenever he powers up. He looks like what's his name from Akira.
God.
Yeah,
I've only seen that
Tetsuo?
movie once. I think I know what
Tetsuo?
you're talking about though. Yeah.
Yeah, Tetsuo. He looks like that with like the hair going up and stuff.
Yeah.
But all right, they're both talking about like, you know, like we need to finish this. There's a couple flashbacks about like why they want to be heroes. You know, you got a lot of flashbacks of just like why I want to be a hero in this movie. You get that in the show too. But so they're both charging up. They're getting ready. They're about to lay a smackdown.
Well, I think the first thing they do, they get rid of the guy's storm that's like over overhead, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's why they're charging up, and then they say, what do they say, double whatever, and then
it's like Detroit Smash or something.
Yeah, and they just shoot both of their energies right into the air. So it's like a giant beam and just destroys the giant storm that was above them. And Nine's like, what the and that animation was great, by the way. The storm looked really good. Because if it was any other thing, I think they would probably use 3D, but I don't think that was 3D. I think that was all like, at least most of it was
I bet there was like elements of 3D they used, but it was,
you couldn't tell though.
It was drawn, like, so it was sick. It was pretty sweet.
It was really cool. And then you get that nice shot of the sky, and it looks like it looks gorgeous. You got those clouds, and that's when Nine's like,
the
"What?"
sun comes out, and like,
and Nine's like, "Huh?"
He gets that Saitama face, like, huh? Like he fights the guy at the end.
Right.
I can't remember. Yeah, but and then I remember like the punch ends, and then Bakugo's like, "Oh, my arm!" Like, what the hell?
And then Deku's like, "Yeah, I know, right?"
he's like, "Yeah, it's not so easy, is it?"
yeah, ass face,
making fun of me the entire time. Like, yeah, you broke your arm too, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And then they go off, and then we get some really. I mean, the entire movie has awesome animation.
This is like next level shit. Like, I rewatched the first movie recently, and this, like, I thought that looked good at the time, but this is like absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So basically, before they start fighting, Bakugo's like, you're going to be quirkless after this, right? And he's like, yeah, but like All For One used the last of his power to save people. I think I can do the same, like, right now. And then he basically just uses everything he's got left because he gave the power off, and now he's kind of like All Might was, where he's just using borrowed power now. It's gonna run out. And he kind of goes all out right here too. So he does all the moves you normally see Deku do, where it's like kicks and like really fast moves. But then like Bakugo, this is the first time we've seen him with the power. He gets knocked away into a crater, and then he
I was like, "What is going on here?"
And he puts his hand like on the wall of the crater or whatever, and it starts like melting it,
and then like carries a chunk of the rock with him, so he can smash into Nine's face.
It's just nuts. It's like I can't even explain what it was. It was just like crazy. And
by the way, they're playing this. By the way, there's no sound. This is the part where there's like no sound effects or anything. It's just the music. And it's like this music that it's kind of similar to the music you heard in the
the Overhaul one, right?
Yeah, the Overhaul one. I mean, it's not the same song, but it's like the same
very
kind
similar,
of spirit. Yeah, where it's just like this badass stuff is happening, where they're just like flying around and stuff. And it's just like this really kind of not operatic or anything.
It's kind of like angelic, like singing voice thing.
Yeah, it's a very surreal. And while these crazy anime characters are going around trying to blow each other up, but it actually fit better than we're making it sound, though. Or at least
it's really good. It's just like it's really crazy that like you don't even hear like the explosions. If we heard the explosions, our ears would probably be destroyed because literally the mountains were being like destroyed. So
there's one part I remember. This part where like we're right after Bakugo slams the rock or whatever, and Deku does a close up of Deku's face, and he just starts spinning in the air. Do you remember that part?
He at one point you see Deku move so fast he looks like an electric ball, like
that's what I was saying. Like he's
floating through this canyon. It's really
Sonic
awesome. It's just visually really cool.
Yeah,
but you're just thinking to yourself, oh man, like it sucks that he can't be this good in the regular show. Like
right.
And the movie,
I mean, it was the same thing as the first movie, where it's just like Deku's like so overpowered.
Yeah,
I'm like, what? Him and All Might messing shit up. I'm like, and then you go to the movie and he can't take care of like one. I mean, not the movie, the show. He can't take care of like one villain in a hallway.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what happened to you? Like destroying an entire giant like iron block with All Might.
Yeah. And then so there's two parts of the ending I don't like that we haven't talked about yet, and one part I really liked. So
okay.
I'll kind of say it, and then you can kind of like give your opinion. And we'll talk about it. So
okay.
They go in for the final like punch on the dude because he's just getting the shit kicked out of him by Bakugo and Deku. And then here's the part I don't like. One of the two I don't like. I don't like how it basically copied like All Might's last punch, where he's like, "All right, this is my last attack," and then he's like, "Goodbye," like one for all. Like the fire go away. The only reason I don't like that is like that was like All Might's signature final thing. Like I wish they had Deku have his own kind of style of that. Like I don't know. I
get
because I'm
you.
such an admirer of All Might, so it just kind of bothered me. He like kind of copied like what
It did, yeah, it did. It was a little weird, also because we all know that even if this is canon, there's no way, like they wouldn't spoil that because this is supposed to be set sometime in season 5.
Yeah.
Right? I guess it doesn't really matter. Like after you watch the movie, it makes it very apparent that it doesn't matter. This could be set in any time in the last like couple seasons or the next season. Really doesn't matter. But yeah, it felt weird that they copied that. Also, it just felt weird that literally like 2 minutes later, just like, no, you have all for once, fine. It's just like, so it's all like a minute long like dramatic moment where you see the embers start to like burn out and
like,
stuff.
Just the whole thing, it didn't sit well with me. The one part I did like, and there's still one part I didn't like. The one part I did like was that obviously they give it back to him, and then there was a really good exchange. Like nine is gone for the moment. We'll talk about him in a little bit. And so All Might, awesome. Yeah, we'll talk about that. So All Might shows up. He's the first on the scene with Hawks, because Hawks, I guess, like flew him there or something.
Yeah.
By the way, we didn't even talk about Hawks.
We didn't even talk about Hawks. It's mainly because the movie forgot about him for about an hour.
Yeah, it is worth noting. Like Hawks is a really significant character moving forward in the anime, but this is the first time we've ever seen him. I guess that's like worth saying. But anyway, he was just kind of in the background. He was on the main island the entire time, and anyway, they flew there, and I thought this was a really touching scene where Deku's like crying. He's like, "I feel bad. I like you gave me your power, and I just gave it away like that." And All Might says things to comfort him, and it's really good.
Yeah,
and
it
then,
is good.
And then I liked how like the power obviously goes back to him, and then he's like, "Oh, thank you, Master," and like all that. And he's crying. I thought that was nice.
That was nice. I thought that was good. That was good. But then, yeah, like even that, like maybe like 3 minutes is all about like how. I guess the whole point was that he was so selfless that he would give up his power just to help people. Even though he wants to be the number one hero, he would give up his power just to make sure like one kid doesn't die. I mean, of course, that means letting the villain wreak havoc and stuff too. So but also so he would sacrifice that. But it's like 3 or 4 minutes of that, and then it's just like, you got the power back.
Oh yeah, but here I don't know how you feel about this, but this is the part I thought was just bullshit. Like they cut to like everyone waking up, and Bakugo forgot that he ever got it. I thought that was stupid. Like
that was so stupid. I didn't understand how he forgot any of that.
Please,
amnesia. Well, you know that's what Japanese really like, having amnesia in their games.
Yeah, you can't have him remember the entire fight and then not remember getting the power.
I don't know what happened.
I guess like maybe
he lied. Maybe he lied. He couldn't deal with the fact that he teamed up with Deku and worked with him.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but also I guess they also didn't want it to be canon.
So I guess the movie's like technically like it's like the first movie where like it's canon, but they just never talk about it again. Like it happened, but like it didn't happen. You know, like
did the show actually? I didn't think about asking this, but did the show have like a tie-in episode? Because remember
not like the first movie. No. Yeah.
Okay, then okay.
I love that episode, by the way. Remember that, like the mystery one? Where, like,
I really like that one. Well, All Might, like, he's running away. He's the killer.
he was the guy the whole time.
Yeah,
that was great.
I thought that was great. Yeah. And then at the end, it's tied into the show. I mean, the movie.
Yeah. I thought that was bullshit about Bakugo. I guess it
I
makes
did
sense
too.
If the spirits made it so he didn't remember it. I guess.
I guess you could say that. Whatever. I guess All for One itself, and whoever else was the holder of All for One before, because they actually show a bunch of people that had All for One at one point.
Yeah.
And
by the way, they talk
Master.
about that in the manga, but you guys are really far from that in the anime. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, I'll wait. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll wait for that. It's okay.
Do you want to say what happens to 9?
Okay, all right. I love this. 9 is just in a field, and he's just like all
flowers,
messed up.
like, beautiful, like this.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's just crawling. He's like all messed up. I think he's like all purple or whatever because he used all of his ability.
He spilled Kool-Aid on him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's and he's just crawling. He's like, oh, it hurts. And then what's it there again? Shoto? No, not Shoto. I'm sorry. Oh God, what's his name? The hand face guy.
Oh, Shigaraki.
Shigaraki. There you go. I can't remember any of these characters' names. Hand guy. Anyway, wait. What's his villain name again? Hand guy.
I don't think he has a villain name.
Oh, does he not? I'm gonna call him Hand Guy. Anyway, Hand Guy shows up and he's just like, "Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he's all weak and crap." And he's just like, "No, that's my dream. I wanna rule the world or whatever. I wanna destroy stuff." That's what Nine's saying. He's saying the villain stuff. And then Hand Guy's just like, "Yeah, well, talk to the hand." And then he put his hand on his face and just disintegrated him. I was like, "Whoa!"
It was awesome.
That was awesome, yeah. And you know what? That's a great idea because Wolfram didn't die, and I'm still thinking about he didn't die, right? In the first movie, I don't think he did. I think they just arrested him.
If they didn't arrest him, he definitely got disintegrated with that attack they landed on him. So
I'm talking about Wolfram in the first movie.
Yeah. Because remember they do that double punch, they knock him, they basically take him out.
No, I think at the end of the first movie though, you see him kind of limp on the side of a building or something. I remember just seeing him hanging or whatever, not hanging.
Yeah, he's just knocked.
I think he's alive, and I think they make a pass of we arrested his ass, and he was working with all for one or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
weird face guy. So I thought that was weird that they didn't. Not that I wanted Wolfram to die, I just didn't really care enough. But I like that here, it makes sense that they kill this guy, so he just doesn't have anything to do with the show anymore. Yeah. He's just no one's gonna mention this guy.
I was sitting in the theater with my coworker, and the second that field popped up and it showed the guy crawling through the flowers, and my friend leans over and whispers, "Yeah, he's gonna die."
Yeah.
It's just oh, that's a scene you kill someone at, because it showed Shigaraki standing on the top. So it was just funny.
He just killed his ass. I mean, he messed up Overhaul. So
yeah,
and I think there was a little bit of respect to Overhaul. I don't think he respected Nine.
No,
he didn't even know Nine really existed. It seemed like. Because they have that scene in the beginning of the movie
where they don't know what the cargo is,
yeah, and then he finds out that I guess Nine was trying to do the same thing he's trying to do, and he's like, "Nah, fam." He's "Nah, fam." That's right. It turns to dust. I was like, "Wow, okay."
I think it's worth mentioning. I don't know if you know this. So this ending, not literally everything, but the Deku giving his power to Bakugo was the creator's original intent for how this series would end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this movie was that brought to life. Obviously, years ago he changed his mind, but when they approached him and said, "Hey, I want to make a new movie," he's like, "Why don't I just show everyone what my original plan was for how this series would end?" So, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that kind of made it. I was more okay with the whole him forgetting it kind of thing, because it's just oh well, we just kind of got to see his original creation come to life. So
and I guess you could say later on in the show, if that does happen, if he decides you know what, let's have him actually do that. It won't be a thing where we're yeah, we already saw it before or whatever.
Yeah.
And Bakugo won't be oh, I already know, I've already done this. I'm sure it's not going to happen though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I guess the ending of the movie is them leaving the island.
Yeah.
The two kids come up and wave them off on the ship.
Very typical ending. Bye.
I do like the last shot. I thought that was cute.
Oh, the kid smiling. Yeah.
Yeah, smiling like Deku did. It was good. So I thought that was cute. So anyway, and then the movie ends.
And I don't think there's any post credits. I didn't wait either.
No, I kind of waited halfway through and then I kind of left. So.
I was if there wasn't any, I would have heard about it from someone on YouTube. So
I'm pretty sure there is.
No, yeah.
The first one didn't have one, so unless at the end Nick Fury shows up.
By the way, it was dumb. In the first movie, I remember specifically Funimation was "Oh, make sure you watch the credits. There's something at the end," and there's nothing at the end. So it's okay. But, yeah,
it was just trolling you.
Yeah, I was kind of mad at the time. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, stay until the end, and then at the end it gives you an advertisement for for Funimation or something what the.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I thought I personally gave the movie a 10, purely because there was nothing about it that I just loved everything about it. I thought it was really funny, and the action was great, and the villain was exactly what I'd want from a villain. It was he did his job, and it was fun to watch him fight. So I gave the first movie a 7. So
Oh, really?
I was definitely much happier with this one.
The scene where All Might and Deku team up at the end and they're like running together, and then All Might does that sweet ass pose.
Oh, the T pose, like that's such a baller cool thing.
It.
Like, in any other anime, the main guy would like do like a fist or like a kick or something. He does a T pose, like that's
Hell yeah, man! That's how you do it.
It's just dope. I just thought I got. By the way, I saw the premiere of that movie, and they don't. No one else has seen this version, I believe, outside of the people who were there. But originally, that version, when they do the poses, you don't see the detail of All Might or Deku. You just see like a green silhouette of them. So in the premiere version, All Might, when he does the T, it's just like this golden idol like pose. And it was just so cool. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed they got rid of that, but I mean they replaced it with like a lot of detail. So I'm not
of course it's good. But I mean that scene itself, I love. I don't know. It's just them like doing the double Detroit Smasher, and they get rid of that generic ass villain.
Every time I think about that villain, I'm like, wow, because like it's just dumb.
I'll give that character this. Nah, I got it. He's just lame.
Well, that movie had like 2 plot twists of villains. Like at first it was the dad, and then it wasn't the dad. It was the butler, and then no, it's not the butler. It's really the original guy. The guy
that we thought was a villain the entire time.
Yeah,
the guy that was introduced as a villain.
Yeah, the guy who's clearly the most evil one on the island. But then there's another plot twist. It was really All For One behind it the entire time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's how they tied it in with the show. That was like the only tie-in really with the show. It's just like, All For One.
Yeah. It was kind of the same for this movie too. 9 is like, this guy reminds me of All For One.
Whoa. Imagine he's just like, imagine one movie's just like some guy comes out and he's like Stain.
Oh my god.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
I want a movie where like Stain breaks out of prison or something, and they like I don't know, like fight with him.
They have
or
to
something.
find him.
That'd be sick.
Oh, and it's like a mystery. They have to find where you go.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Where did Stain go? There's like Blue's Clues.
It's like it's like a Batman thing where they have to do some detective stuff to figure out where he is. He keeps murdering heroes.
We'll get him next time. Walking over a corpse.
It's like Scooby Doo.
Raggy.
They could tie it in with that new Scooby Doo movie.
Oh man, if we get a cameo Stain in that movie, it gets
Stains and Scoob. Stain and Scoob.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Great film. If I had, I'd probably give it a 9.
9? Yeah.
The first movie I actually liked a little bit more. I'd probably give it like a 7.5, 8 or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, this one was definitely better.
I really love the intro to the last movie where it shows young All Might. Thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome too. And you know what? I kind of liked in the first movie that we had like it was more like a smaller area. It was also an island, right? Pretty much in the first.
Yeah.
But it was like most of it took place most of it took place in like one building until the end, of course. Then they just like destroyed.
Yeah.
But they had to keep going up levels and stuff. I thought that stuff was kind of fun. It reminded me of like great movies like The Raid.
Oh yeah.
Or Dread. I guess Dread was very similar to Raid.
Yeah.
But I don't know, and not that it was even close to as like violent and ridiculous. I guess. Well, My Hero is pretty ridiculous, but it's an anime, so I can accept it in its own reality. But fun time. You know what? My two of my favorite movies this year have been anime films so far that I've seen in theaters. Yeah, because Weathering with You was really good too.
Nice.
But, and this is great. So you know what? I'll watch this over a massive amount of crappy horror movies that come out every time during the beginning of the year.
Hey, those movies try their hardest to scare you.
Oh yeah,
by throwing shit at the screen out of random
and loud noises over and over again.
Dude, if a movie's only trick is jump scares to get like scares out of you, it's not a horror movie.
No, it's a haunted house.
Yeah, it's got to make me like start thinking like I'm scared, not like
exactly.
Oh, I jumped a little bit out of my seat just because like something popped out. Like that's not.
Yeah, I will give a special shout out to the Invisible Man movie that just came out.
That was really
good. That was good. And
that, people were mad, like the trailer, I guess, spoiled stuff.
Oh yeah, that trailer. It's weird. The trailer spoiled stuff, but it also showed stuff that wasn't even in the movie, like scenes that weren't even in the movie.
They kind of did like a Avengers thing where it shows like scenes and trailers that aren't in the movie. Okay.
Yeah, which I'm okay with, actually. I'm like, oh, okay, if you misdirect me and then I see the movie and it's a completely different thing, I'm okay with that. Yeah. But it wasn't really like a misdirect.
It's just like a comedy.
It's a romantic comedy. It's just Invisible Man and his wife.
Oh, wow.
It was just like, whoa, that made it look like a completely different movie in the trailer.
It's like a buddy cop movie, like one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Invisible.
Invisible Man and Frankenstein teaming up.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
But no, it's straight up for me. But yeah, no. Anyway, My Hero, go check it out. It's in the theater near you. And if it's not, then sorry. Gotta wait.
Sorry. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it at this point. But yeah, if you're still listening at an hour and 25 minutes in, we love you. You're great.
Yeah, it's almost as long as the movie.
Yeah. We could just sit here and sing for a while and make it the same runtime, but I don't think I can't carry a tune. I think Gore can, but I can't.
I can. What do you want me to sing?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my
baby. Hello, my darling.
There you go.
Right,
this was all about the movie. Next week we'll thankfully the show right now, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say slow, but it's very simple to talk about. So
right.
We'll be able to recap everything pretty quickly, I think, and hopefully keep it under an hour. I'd imagine we'll be able to do it.
Hey, I'm down to do as many episodes as you want for the next one. So if you want to just like rapid fire, like a few minutes each,
like it's like speed dating, like 5 minutes per episode. Like bam, go.
Go.
Tell me about yourself.
Yeah, tell me about yourself. You're too late. Next.
Too boring. Next.
Yeah. Too long.
So yeah, that should be easy. And then the season's almost over.
It's almost over. Yeah.
I think how many episodes?
Like, how many?
I think like 8 or 7 or 8.
7 or 8 left?
Yeah, that haven't aired yet. So.
Wow, really?
Because it's 28 in the season, I think. Or
is it
26 or 28? I don't know.
I don't remember.
If it's 26, I guess only like 4 or 5 more. But
okay. Oh, so I'm not that far behind, I guess. Oh, I guess you're also talking about just the English dub, right?
Well, I was talking about Japanese. Because I think the Japanese one's at like 21. So
maybe I'm not that
22.
far behind. I might not be that far because the last episode I watched was 18, I think.
Okay.
Or 17.
Yeah,
so I think I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes behind.
Yeah.
So maybe it was 17. It was the last episode I watched.
And then the new game's coming out pretty soon. I'll probably be getting that, stream it and stuff. So
I might wait for that one.
Oh, I would wait. I'm stupid. I'm a diehard fan, so I'm gonna buy it right away. But if you wait, like I imagine a month, it'll go down to like $40 or something.
Yeah, 40 or maybe even cheaper.
Because that's what fighting games do. They always drop down pretty quick. Unless it's like Smash Brothers. But
it also comes out a week, like not the week, but like a week before Doom and Animal Crossing.
Oh god, I'm gonna be hooked on Animal Crossing. I know you're a Doom guy. But,
well, I'm actually excited for Animal Crossing.
Okay.
That Nintendo Direct that came out sold me.
Oh yeah, I love the memes that are coming out of like Isabelle hanging out with Doom guy like, on Twitter. Like,
someone made a mod where you can download it. I think right now for the Doom 2016 game, you can actually add Elizabeth. I mean,
oh my gosh,
right? What's her name? Isabelle or Elizabeth?
Isabelle, I think. Yeah.
Isabelle. You can add her to like the game. You know, the little collectibles in Doom 2016.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you played it. Yeah, you go. It'll be Isabelle instead.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
But all the animations are great too. Like I saw one where Isabelle picks up a copy of Doom Eternal instead of Animal Crossing, and then she gets like a pre-order helmet. Like as an incentive. She puts it on.
Did you get that helmet, by the way?
Yeah, I did. My friend actually pre-ordered it for me. So
okay.
Because he still had like that Best Buy 20% off thing.
Does that come with the same day as the game?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm excited.
Looking forward to that unboxing.
I'm gonna wear that while playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that game. I'm excited for Animal Crossing. You know, this year is gonna be pretty swell for video games.
The first half at least is looking great. I don't know what's coming in the second half, but
second half Cyberpunk. I'm looking forward to that. That Avengers game.
Didn't the Avengers one get delayed?
Yeah, it got delayed into the second half. I think September.
Okay.
I think. Last of Us.
Last of Us. Yeah.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 7. That
demo came out today. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not playing it. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait.
I've avoided almost all gameplay trailers and things like that because I never played the original. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
this would be
played
my
it a
first experience.
long time ago. I might as well have not have played it because when I played it, I was really young, maybe like 12, 13. I played it with a friend.
Yeah.
And you know how it is when you're playing a game with a friend, you're not really paying attention to the story that much when you're young. When you're young, I'm talking about. That was pretty much me. I mean, we paid attention to the story, but we were more into like just the fights, the boss fights, and stuff like that. And just, like, make sure we complete everything and stuff. Especially that game didn't have voice acting or anything, so it was just like we had to read a lot. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited for that game, and I'm actually
this game is the same story as the first game, right?
It is, but I think it's not the full story. Like this release isn't the full story.
Okay.
It is going to be the same story from what I heard. They'll probably have some differences here and there.
I'm not going to say like what the spoiler is, but unfortunately, like years ago, someone did spoil the big thing that happens in Final Fantasy VII, and it sucks.
I have a feeling this game's going to end on that.
Okay, so yeah. Like I'm not going to say it because I know it's an old game, but I'm sure a lot of you still haven't played it. Unfortunately, that was ruined for me, so that kind of sucks. But I'll still look forward to the game.
That's one of those universally spoiled things. Like like you know, like I see dead people. Something like that from Sixth Sense or whatever. I don't want to spoil that. I'll just say that line though.
Yeah.
Just can't even watch that movie.
We're just like spoiling like everything left and right. For all these
well, that line doesn't spoil the Sixth Sense at all because that is not even the twist. But there's a twist. Like there's like universal ones where like even if you don't watch movies or play games, most people know some of these.
Yep. And that for me was the Final Fantasy VII one. So what are you gonna do?
That's
can't
a
avoid
damn
them all,
shame.
So.
Yeah, you can't win them all. I mean, I think I probably had that spoiled to me too before I started playing it. But
yeah, I don't think it'll bother me. That's the weird part. I think me knowing it won't bother me. So
it will bother me only because I know this isn't the full story.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, are they gonna do it?
Yeah.
Or are they gonna wait until the next game? Because I don't remember enough to know when it happens in the game.
Yeah.
To know like this is the scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, there's the shenanigans at the end of the anime.
Yeah, there you go.
So
that's why it's called that.
I think that's all we needed to say for today.
Yep, My Hero, Heroes, Risings, or whatever.
Which, by the way, I don't like. Okay, the next movie don't have the tag have heroes in it because the first movie was My Hero, Two Heroes. This one was My Hero, Heroes Rising. Just like have a different like title.
What would be a good title for next one? My Hero,
Mineta dies, or
like in the first 5 minutes. That'll sell me.
It's got all the budget of a movie. It's just 5 minutes long, and it's just like Mineta getting like curve stomped by a river class,
which will be very easy because he's like about a foot tall. So the first person ever to be curb stomped in the entirety of his body. Yeah. Like, oh no, why is Mineta so small?
I think that's supposed. I think that's a joke. Like he's small.
Yeah, he's
and,
a
like,
little
stature,
diaper kid.
Like yeah.
Here's a better question: why is Mineta?
Why Mineta?
why Mineta? Why does he exist?
Mineta? Why question mark? Even shorter.
Mineta? Anyway, so Mineta's weird. Jiro's useless, and the movie was good.
Yeah, there you go. All right. There you go. Well, thanks for having this long conversation with me. If anyone's still watching, please go check out Gore's channel. I'll have a link in the description. And or if Gore wants to share this with his audience, because I know he had a poll for if they want to see a review. I don't know if you want to upload this to yours or not. But
you know what? I might as well, right? It would be like a spoiler discussion review. Yeah, if you want to check out Mighty Gazelle, link is in the description, of course.
Yeah, there we go.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because I know you had a poll, so I figured you might as well just use this.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Peace out, everyone.
See ya.